So what's up? So last night I caught that TV1 um, special about Black Hollywood about the best man, the movie, and I always dug that movie. It was 20 years ago, and back then, black love stories, stories that they weren't dealing with the hood or certain stories, they weren't getting no play. So this was pretty cool to see a movie that showed upward mobile 20 somethings, uh, young African American men and women portrayed on the film. And you didn't see that in a positive light and a well educated and all balance without it being, hood-fied, because you know how racist Hollywood is. So it was good to see the director Malcolm Lee in the process that they got everybody in. Um, back in the day, seeing Nia Long, because, she got her work in a lot of different films back then. And then you saw Tay Diggs and Terrence Howard, and Shanae Lathan and Marcus Chestnut, and you had a good array of people coming through with everything. So, um, it was good to reflect. Um, Ask yourself, has it come a long ways? Has it been? It's mixed, because there's still black film doesn't get the wide range it should. The stories, it's still kind of centralized on a couple few things, I mean, it's not. They still ghettoize it, pimp and push and play it, or biography. Certain things. Those are the ones that still get awarded. I mean, think about it. Denzel got his last Oscar for playing a road cop. Think about that. And Halle Berry was turning tricks. I mean, think about how they give you awards. So, it's not exactly like you're sitting around going, oh, that they do a lot of uplifting. you know. So uh, Viola Davis, she did a great portrayal in Fences, and she won. A lot of times, they don't acknowledge you know, the dynamics in it. It's always something that's typecast. So with black films, and this was a big deal 20 years ago. But right now, you may not look at it as a big deal because you see more African American productions, and now you can go to Netflix and see things. But at the time, it was a big deal because the black budgets wasn't as such. And it depends on where you live. Like if you live in a suburban area, black films at the time might not get. They may only get like a week or two, unless it's starring Denzel Eddy or Will Smith or Morgan Freeman or maybe Samuel Jackson or Halle Berry. It's like a handful. They say, okay, we're gonna keep your film around. Now with Kevin Hart or something like that. So it's so much politics involved with how films are doing. But this was a very potent film. I was glad to see that they was tracing the roots of how all the characters came and how everybody came to viewing it. And I really did like the first one. The second one was cool, but the first one I liked the best man. So it was good to see that the BT was giving it that love. And I always support when they show stuff like this because you're not gonna hear it from no other outlet. And everybody looks at certain people and they say, oh well, seeing Terrence Howard on Empire doing all this now, and Morris Chestnut be getting work and Neil Long and all that, but they don't remember that there was a time, and this was 20 years ago, that getting this kind of role was so rare. So I just wanted to give the TV1 some props for that. So feel free to hit them comments about that and give them respect to the best man, the first one. Peace.